Let's talk about neurotoxins. What are neurotoxins? That sounds crazy, that word neurotoxin. What does that even mean?
So the word neurotoxin basically breaks down to basically harming your nerves in order to make them not work temporarily. And there's like three groups of neurotoxins or three brands, Botox, Dysport, and Xeomin. They all essentially work the same. And what they do is they block a special receptor in your muscles, and then that receptor can no longer accept stimulus. And therefore what happens, the muscle can no longer contract. And what you don't know is all muscles are like in a constant state of contraction. So they have these folds in them. And when you prevent that constant state of contraction, what happens? The folds go away and it becomes flat. And that's how we make things flat. And we can make everything flat with Botox, really almost anything that's a muscle.
I want to ask a little bit more questions about the different Botox brands. Why would someone get a neurotoxin brand that's different from something else like Dysport versus, I'm not saying it right, am I?
Dysport's correct.
Dysport versus like Botox or what was the
Xeomin.
Xeomin.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
So there's about 3 or 4 brands now.
Okay.
All the brands do the same exact mechanism, scientific mechanism. They're just built a little differently.
Okay.
So the Botox brand is obviously the first out of the gate. It's the most well-known. It's also the most expensive. And then you have almost an exact copy of that called Xeomin.
Okay.
And Xeomin basically has all of the BS around the scientific molecule removed. And so it's just pure toxin.
Oh, wow.
For that one.
Why would someone want that?
So when you get more and more Botox, you start developing antibodies to the Botox. So about 10% of the population, it stops working on it. And the theory is, if you have less garbage around it, you have less things that your body can recognize
Yeah, that makes sense.
to block it. Yeah.
Nice.
And then last but not least is Dysport. That's my all-time favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the cheapest and it's what I use in my face.
Yeah.
And I think it works really well.
Oh, yeah.
I like
You
it for
look
men.
great.
Let's thank you.
You look really great.
I'm really 67, but I look 42. That's what they all say. I always lie about my age, everybody. You got to. The cell, you got to. So have you tried the different brands of Botox or neurotransmitters? Or
You have injected me before, I think it was like about 1.5 years ago, and it lasted it kind of trained my face to not like over exaggerate my my movements. You know what I mean? So like overall, I think it's like curtailed my wrinkles down.
Yeah, I injected him with Dysport. That's the one I definitely used on you.
And it worked great.
It worked great?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite, especially in good-looking man, for sure.
Thank you. Just to like kind of circle back, the top of my back above my butt gets so sweaty all the time, and it's annoying.
Because you used it so much?
No, it's just the butt's really big, so all of the fluids just go
that's
right to the crack. What would you do to help me sort of like control that?
So there's, we could inject the area with Botox. It could be done under your arms, your hands, your feet, and all your privacy areas. This is my British way of saying private areas. And all your privacy areas. And basically what it does, it blocks something called an acetylcholine receptor. And that's how we release sweat. So first objective is it stops sweat. Second objective is it stops odor. And how it does it is to get odor, you have to have sweat. Your body produces sweat. And then we have all these healthy bacteria that live on us. It eats the sweat and it farts. And that's how it creates an odor. So it sends out sulfur farts, the bacteria. And so, like, if you get rid of the sweat, you get rid of the odor. That's how it works. Does it make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, isn't that gross? You didn't know you had millions of little creatures farting on you?
I didn't know they were farting.
Yeah, they release sulfur farts.
Wow. I guess we have that in common.
Well, yeah, we all. I guess every living thing.
Yeah.